Basically, the biggest issue we currently face right now is our shocking lack of gunpowder. Ugh, god damn it. Still want to see me eat broken glass? That's horrible. Why would I want to do that, dude? Is that like insta-death? Or do you actually have to eat it a few times? I like Tim's. Airdrops are great for sniper parts. Yeah, I found sniper parts and the rocket launcher parts seem to be quite prolific in the airdrops. We brought some brass back, but not a huge amount. I think what we do on the way home, way back to the desert, is we just get as much brass as we can from the cars. Let's take all of this with us. Refuel the old Hellbite while we're here. All this can come out, can't it, really? Keep Tim. Anything else? The extra little bit of fuel can go in there. Yeah, that'll do us. What's that, gaming? You found a rocket launcher schematic in the airdrops. Yeah, I mean, airdrops, especially early on in the game, it was something that I really didn't focus on. And I kind of lost out on probably quite a few of the decent drops. I bet if I mean, I don't know if calipers are in there. God, it's out of time already. Jesus. Wait, shut up. There you go. I always regret having not gone for more of the airdrops very early on in the game, because I started doing them later, and you know, very quickly built up quite a nice store of healing med kits and healing bandages from it. I also seem to get quite a nice stash of antibiotics and what have you from them. But invariably, I'd also find things like the rocket launcher parts or the sniper parts in there. I don't know what stopped me doing them. I think I just kind of was mistakenly under the impression they weren't that important. You know, as long as I've got some healing kit of my own. But sometimes, you know, you can go through so much healing so quickly. You know, you can just suddenly end up with a really bad run of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure we had a couple of fairly quick deaths early on in the game. I mean, I did fall into my own spikes, which was just disastrous, to be fair. And quite upsetting. Yeah, and antibiotics you're guaranteed. I'll tell you what you are guaranteed to get from an airdrop, and it's really quite annoying, is a bloody beaker. I think every airdrop I've ever had has had a beaker in it. Do you actually think they're OP, Slade? In what way, mate? I mean, from a healing point of view, if it's only you on a server, then yes, but... you know, if those airdrops are only coming every, I think it's 3 days, is it, by default? And it's not one per player, is it? Is it just one per server? You're right, Rusty. Hello, Gage. Right, let's get that popped away. I've got all stinky food on me, look. That's very naughty. Spring... Gunpowder we're going to take back with us. The raw meat can stay. Cloth will leave and bones will leave because we've got a stash of those over there anyway. Did we actually make any steel arrowheads? Long box. Ooh, we did. Ooh, yeah. We're doing alright on feathers for the first time in a long time. I'm actually going to leave them there, you know. 21 candy tins when we start doing the minefield. Pretty cool. I've not watched the new Star Trek movie, no, Theo. When was that out? Is that like this week or something? Or... You're right, Nix. So the brass, I think we'll just take back with us. I'm not sure why I brought it over here, to be fair. So We need to go. We're going to make some lead tips. I'll tell you what, guys. Let me go and grab a drink. I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes. All right. I've got to go and get something to drink because my horrible tickly coffee's coming back with a vengeance. So I'll be back in 2. Right, I'm back. Is there still a drag race on? Let me get a swig. And my throat is in agony. What's that? The best way of getting food in the beginning. Crops, mate. Or go to the desert biome and get yucca. What you want is you want something that's easily replenishable. So you don't want to be looking at, I mean, look at this. I mean, for example, I've got all of this in here. This is all the tin stuff. It's not particularly great. It doesn't offer a huge amount of nutrition, and a lot of it will actually dehydrate you as well. So I tend to use say the tin stuff as like emergency rations. If you're near somewhere like the desert, you just want to pick the yucca, and the yucca's absolutely brilliant. Not only can you eat the yucca that you'll get from the chopping down the cacti, but you can also make the yucca juice. You don't even need a source of water. Other than that, what you want to do is you want to find yourself some corn or potatoes really early on. At the moment, farming, I would say, is probably the most... It's not that it's broken, it's just that you can very easily, with one bit of luck, find yourself a single potato and turn that single potato into a field of 50 potatoes in a matter of in-game, well, maybe not weeks, but well, I was going to say days, but certainly in a couple of weeks, you know, if you stay on top of it and properly harvest it. And of course, once you've got bacon and corn, spuds and corn, you can start making things like the meat stews, which are like super, super nutritious. And they actually add to your wellness as well. I mean, if I show you, it takes a bit of luck, and it does take a bit of travelling around. And I know travelling around for me is very easy because I've got a mini bike. But if you can actually just find a single potato, look, which you'll find normally in kitchens and things. I mean, these things aren't exactly everywhere, and you won't find potato plants out in the wild. But if you get a potato, you can actually then make the potato seeds. So, obviously... Why am I only getting 3 potato seeds? That's 1 per, is it, or not? What the fuck's just happened? Hang on, is that even right? Let's get some... I might as well get some of these, actually. And that's bamboo, which you can't actually do anything with that. Well, you won't be able to, because you won't have it in your game, but... We'd really put some more corn down, shouldn't we? Because we've actually... I think we've had 2... Have we had 2 crops of potatoes? And only 1 of corn? Where's the best place to find auger parts? Oh, Jesus, mate. I actually found my... oh, I'm so sorry. Let me get a lozenge. I actually found my first ones. Can anyone remember the very first one we found? Was that in a car? Was that like the really crap auger parts? You can also get them from the lumberjack zombies. You know, the zombies in the snow biome, the really big guys. And you can also get them in the working stiff crates, but they are bloody rare, mate. Like stupidly rare. And to be quite honest, if you get a bum blade or bum parts, it hardly makes it worth it anyway. Did anyone actually eat meat stew in real life? Not for many years, no. Now you come to mention it. But I suppose in a zombie apocalypse it'd be pretty tasty, wouldn't it? I mean, what else would you eat? I mean, bacon and eggs, yes, but I mean, you know, you can't live on bacon and eggs. I mean, I'd be happily giving it a shot. Why not? But so we had, I think there were 91 potatoes there, and I've got a total of 273 potatoes. So we planted 91 seeds, we got 273 back. That just happens to be how big my farm is, 91. So I've got a surplus of 182 potatoes, which you can actually eat, but it's not ideal. But you start mixing that with corn and some raw meat, fantastic. So you don't even need water anymore. Before you had to have... That's going to take forever. Let's go and put this feed away. You actually had to have like water adjacent to the plants, and they also had to have daylight, which still remains. But oh, sorry, they didn't need daylight. Back in the day, you could actually have like subterranean tunnel systems. It was just the way everybody did it. You used to like burrow down as early as you can, like a fucking mole, and spend the rest of your game in an underground bunker. Because you can actually plant like potatoes and crops down there. As long as they were next to a block of water, they'd just continue to grow, but they changed that, so they do need natural light now. I think the biggest change that I don't agree with, yeah, look, we're getting low on corn, was the fact that right back in the early alphas, if you were to, I mean, I don't know why they changed it, because to me, it really added something to the game. If you were to go into a house, for example, that was therefore shaded, in other words, there was no natural light in there, the zombies acted like feral zombies. I always wondered why they changed that. So, I mean, honestly, searching houses used to be really quite dangerous, because they could literally run at you from another room. I think the only reason I don't eat meat stew is just there's other things that I probably would eat. If I had all those ingredients, I suppose. I suppose, I'll tell you what, a nice meat stew with a big hot cup of coffee on a cold winter's day would be nice, wouldn't it? Now, I'm actually thinking of plating... Oh, no. Whoa. Sod that, look. We've got shitloads of corn. Damn, it takes a long time to chop these tatties in half, doesn't it? Spuds, glorious spuds. Wonder what sort of spud they are. Yeah, I looked a long time next for something called the calipers. A ridiculous amount of time, I suppose. But I am easily sidetracked, in fairness. So it probably wasn't quite as long as I thought. But we did hit a lot of working stiff crates, and we just never seem to get the spawn on them. I think I've got 4 or 5 now. It was quite frustrating in a way, because poor Jova and Chick had jumped on the server. I think they found like 3 calipers in the very first working stiffs they came across. In fact, I think they found 2 calipers in 1 working stiffs crate. I mean, that is just taking the biscuit, that is. Then what we'll do another rotation on the spuds. Oh shit. Switch back to the corn. We went to all that trouble to get all the tomato seeds. I don't think I've planted tomato seeds now for several months in game. I should really add. I should actually add a new menu so we can have like a meat stew Mark II that includes some tomatoes, which like maybe gives you like a little bit of extra wellness. I think that's something that I would really like to sort of like start looking into, because that's the kind of stuff that will be relatively simple to mod in. You know, I suppose it's a mix of having an asset in game, which is the tomato asset, but also fiddling about with the recipes. It'd be a good start on Alpha 15, getting something like that in and working. Right, that's done. To be honest, I'm really not worried about the bamboo. Really do a bit of repair work. This place has been mullered, mate. Just a door missing, actually. I thought there was quite a lot more damage in that. Maybe it's the other one. Yeah, you're right, Stripe. We've actually got quite a lot of corn. What we've done is we've tried to keep some of the original buildings as intact as we can. We've had to sort of, as they've taken damage, we have had to take a few liberties with them. That bloody bit of damage right up there. How would that even happen? Shocking. Absolutely shocking, look. All my bloody windows smashed again. What are the calipers used for? Calipers are used for anything that's kind of ammunition related. So any type of ammo for... Oh, damn it, that was a perfectly alright window. Oops. Anything that you need like for an automatic weapon or what have you. Will need it. But you'll also need it for the steel arrowheads. Get this place put back together. It's amazing just doing like... Oh, dang! Did not mean to do that, mate. Doing a little bit of touch-up work here and there, it saves you a lot of trouble. It's a real pain in the ass to realise you were like just a couple of blocks, or a couple of hits from a zombie, should I say, short. It causing a major catastrophe. See, a lot of the blocks you can't replace. I think we've got some destroyed stone, haven't we? It's not looking too bad still. I think what happens is they actually spawn inside the buildings and inside Caliper City as we ride into it. You know, because we're coming from so far away. I bet if we just stayed in Caliper City, we'd be a lot better off with the spawns. No, what is it? Decayed brick, right? Let's take that. And we should have some cobblestone as well. Just going for... Whoa, what the hell? Yeah, I mean, I suppose the only ammo you can make early on in the game without the calipers is... Because can you make buckshot without calipers? Can't remember. Someone in chat will know. Can you actually make, for example, the shotgun shells? Because that's paper, gunpowder, and buckshot. Lead buckshot. I don't think you need calipers for the buckshot, do you? So I don't think you do. Looks good. I'm happy with that. Let's get the hell out of here. The steel one's worth making. Yes, definitely. I mean, most people will use the crossbow. In fact, it's probably one of the most asked questions when we're streaming is why don't we use the crossbow? Because it's better than the bow. I actually much prefer the bow. I just feel more comfortable with it, and I like the fact it's it has the flaming arrows with it. But at a certain skill level, a bow with the steel arrowhead, still one headshot will kill a zombie. So it's the same as a crossbow. One headshot kills a zombie. It makes no difference. The crossbow is actually doing more damage, and obviously earlier on in the game I would argue the crossbow is definitely better. But as you progress and as your skill gets better, as your bows get better, and once you're using the steel arrows, it's one shot kills all, really. Oh, within reason. There's something just off about the crossbow at the moment. I mean, it was one of the big draws to me with the game back when I used to play it in the early alphas. Was I just really like crossbows. I thought there was something really cool about them in this game. Where the hell does the cobblestone normally go? 'Cause it don't go in there, does it? Maybe it does. Did it go up there? Let's go. Could be a nice bit of iron left. Let's throw in some more fuel. Don't need. Oh, hang on. Let me just check the. We were asking about buckshot, weren't we? Let's have a look. Buckshot. Yeah, you only need an anvil for buckshot. Look.
Hello.
I've always said the first thing, next playthrough, the most important thing for me, and I never realised how good the shotgun truly was, is to get one of those puppies, because that just solves your dog problem. It's not hard to make the shotgun shells. You don't need to have like 50, 60 bloody stacks of shotgun shells. Just enough so on dog day, you can shoot a puppy dog in the face, and then it'll stun it, and then you can kill it with arrows if you need to. There are actually some really interesting mods where people have kind of like changed, if you like, the way that the zombies kind of work.
Hello?
You know, sort of shambling kind of ones. There's some really interesting mods out there, dude. There's some boss zombies people have added in as well. You're right, Shercon. Is it mod? It's modded in the sense that we've got some additional blocks and some cool stuff. Well, I think it's added quite a lot to the game, to be honest, the mods. It's not modded in the sense that... you know, we cheat or anything. We came for the nail gun. Let's head back to the desert. We might do a spot of fishing on the way back.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't like the melee strike. It's something that I can't imagine I'm going to switch to in the next playthrough either. I very much like my bow and arrow, mate. Like I said earlier, I think the one mod I will try very hard to get in early will be the modified crossbow. So it actually has a proper aim down sights as such. But it's almost like looking through like a telescopic. You know, it's not a mega zoom in or anything. And actually have it as an attachment. So like say for example, you know how the bow is like this. Have the shotgun so you can actually add different things to your crossbow. So you might be able to upgrade the stock on it or a trigger system and maybe add the telescopic sight and a torch. That's the four I'm thinking of. It's not the easiest thing to mod, but someone's already done some work on it. Because I really would like to go back to using the crossbow. It's quite a satisfying noise. I just don't like the fact it's not representative of where the crossbows go as such, really. We're good to go. Let's go and get the bike. The thing you're having trouble with is finding an engine. Just wrench cars, mate. Just wrench the living shit out of every car you find. I seem to have a huge amount of trouble getting batteries, but then all of a sudden I'll hit 4 cars and get 4 batteries. It's just hit and miss, mate. It's just so random. But wrench cars, I know sometimes it seems like you're on an infinitely bad run of luck, but you will get one, mate. Of course, the first time you get one, it'll be like the lowest quality engine you've ever seen, like not worthy of putting in a small lawnmower, but... Ooh, that was bad. I was looking at chat there. You're right, Osen. Yeah, the dog days will come... Oh, hang on. I'll close my door. So you know how the hordes come every 7th day? Well, the dogs come 2 days before that. So if your dog day is day 21... Sorry, if your horde day is day 21, your dogs will come on day 19. Yeah, to be honest, Stripe, it's not that I don't like the melee. It's just, it's not the way I'd probably play if it was me. Do you know what I mean? If I was out here in a real zombie apocalypse, I love the thought of having crossbows, bows and arrows, and flaming arrows and all this kind of stuff. I think it's just really cool. I can't see myself fucking around with a bloody sledgehammer. The issue I have with the sledgehammer is the crawlers. I find it really hard to kill them without them getting a tap on me, and of course the crawlers pretty much guarantee a broken leg. I did like the machete though. Sorry, not the machete. What is it? We modded in the katana, wasn't it? The katana's awesome. I think we're alright to go, aren't we? I'm not too worried about the lack of food. Come on, get on the bike, mate. I'm back. Yeah, I mean, I think you see you all talking about in chat about the quality of stuff. Yeah, it makes no difference unless it's specifically for, say, the mini bike. And to be honest, I've never really done that much testing as to whether or not it's only the engine that makes a difference in the mini bike. But if you're making spotlights, it makes no difference. You can have the lowest piece of crap battery, and the spotlight still performs exactly the same as a 600 quality maxed out durability battery. It just makes no difference at all. Someone's just mentioned the cement mixer, the same thing with the engine in that as well, as far as I know. Stick any old engine in there and it'll still churn out cement, concrete, whatever it is, at exactly the same rate as the normal stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm trying to think if we're going the right way. You actually melee the dogs to your strike. Oh, Christ almighty, you're braver than me, dude. See, when we start Alpha 15, I'm gonna have to be really, really careful because I'm used to having like 250 health, iron armor, and let's be honest, my armor's not that great anyway, though. To be fair, and you know, a shotgun at my disposal. I mean, those dogs early on in the game, they are so dangerous. They are just, I mean, they are absolutely the most nightmarish thing. It's the fact that they can literally spawn in you know, right behind you, completely invisible to you, without a goddamn, you know, so much as a wolf whistle. And the first thing you know that the dog's behind you is that basically your health suddenly plummeted down to about 10 out of 100. You're infected with the bloody zombie virus, and now it's time to start running. Do not like them, and they're so difficult to hit. They really are. They're an absolute bloody nightmare to clobber. You reckon all the parts, so no matter what you put on the mini bike, it basically it's a cumulative effect to the overall speed, is it? That's interesting. That's good to know that. Cheers for that. What's that? Grum? What? A little Bridgie. What's up, for? I thought you were fast asleep, mate. Oh, you can't make the wrenches. Oh, boosted. I had a similar issue early on in my Infinite Horde sort of playthrough. I think I managed to find one wrench, not that early on, but I had to be so selective about what I used it on because it was like really low durability and I've not found the schematic to make my own. I can sort of see why that's an issue for you, mate. It's going to scavenge cars on the way out, but... place is normally pretty busy, isn't it? Now, because we've got a power mod in the game, which essentially means that we need brass by the absolute shitload. So what we did was we've actually added it so that if you rent your cars, you get a little bit of brass. You might. I think last time we came, then we've already got a stack, haven't we? You might be lucky to get around the 10 mark. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what, sod that. It's just too many. It ain't worth it. Is permadeath possible? I don't actually know, mate. I suppose there's nothing to stop you just saying, right, that's it, game over, start again. But I don't know if there's actually a setting in-game for permadeath. I know Mad Mole is talking about a new game mode, isn't he? What is that game mode? Can anyone remember? It's a little bit like oh crap, I can't remember who it was who told us about it either. Oh dudes, I've completely forgotten. Because that sounded like quite a lot of fun. What happens when you die in that new mode Joel's talking about? I think you get lives. Oh, that was it. Yeah. I think the way it works, I take this with a pinch of salt. I'm sure someone in chat will be able to explain a little bit more. Old Joel, Mad Mole, the sort of lead dev, is basically he's looking at a new mode whereby the longer you survive, you essentially accumulate some lives. So it's like a permadeath mode, but it's not one life only. So say, for example, again, this is the bit I'm not too clear on myself because I've not read it myself, but I know someone in chat, wasn't it Malthus, one of the community guys, came in and told us about it. So let's say, let's just for argument's sake, you survive for the first 7 days. You get like an extra life. So then if you die, you've still got a life in the bank. It's something like that. And that sounds like a lot of fun. That really does sound like a fucking cracking idea. I'm not a big fan of the permadeath in a game like this because it is in alpha. And I'll be honest, I've died 7 times, I think. And probably 3 of those have been through no real fault of my own. The game can act a little bit janky at times. So it'd be a real crying shame to get like, I don't know, say 200 hours into a permadeath mode and be shot into the air at 1,000,000 miles an hour because you opened a trapdoor a bit weirdly, and then crash to the ground at 100 miles an hour and die. That wouldn't be fun, would it? It would just be like one of those, oh, what the fuck moments. But, if you'd got a few lives saved up, you could probably live with it, couldn't you? How do you make the AK-47? Exactly the same way you make all the other guns, mate. You've just got to find the 4 components for it. You've got to find the schematic for it. And then just assemble them. You're right, Jalowenstein. Thank you for the follows, by the way, guys. Cheers, Medieval. And Jalowenstein. That's it, Fortune, yeah. There should be a scavenger mode where building or mining is severely restricted and you have to keep moving to survive. To be honest, Galliot, quite a few YouTubers do that. They set themselves kind of like rules whereby they can only stay in one particular area for so many days. Whether it be an actual biome, for example, they might say, right, okay, we can stay in one biome for a full 7 days and then we have to move on. I suppose on random gems sometimes the biomes can be rather small, or they might say you can only stay in one structure per night. So they kind of lead that nomadic lifestyle. It's something I'd be quite interested in trying myself, actually. Because I do like the being out and about in the game. You know, it's very easy to spend, you know, a 5-hour sort of session just sitting in a tunnel, building it, making concrete. It also means you've got to hunt. You've always got to be hunting, you know? Trying to find the fresh meat. The next horde's ages away, dude. Absolutely ages away. This is a serious tip, right? If you're playing this game, it's something that I quite often forget about. Don't ever park your bike or yourself near a car unless you've checked for bloody police zombies. Because if the police zombies spit at you while you're happily wrenching a car and it actually hits the car will explode. And from what I've seen, it's basically insta-death. What's the goal for the game? It's basically a survival game, mate. So it's just you trying to survive as long as you can. Building things, scavenging things. There's a really in-depth like skill system to it all, mate. So it's a bit like an RPG as well. It's to be honest, mate, it's one of those games that you get out of it what you put into it. You know, if you're sort of person who just wants to kill a couple of zombies, you'll probably tire of the game pretty quickly. You know, I'd argue there might be better games out there for you. But if you're interested in sort of like building, crafting, RPG elements, you know, there's always things to be doing. Right, Mom the Arsenal. Yeah, there is a mini bike in the game. What's my least favourite zombie? I like the nurses. I think they're great. Good loot, and they don't headbutt. And that answers the question. My least favourite zombies are the what I call the twitchers. Not only are the twitchers a bloody nightmare to get a headshot on because they're twitching, but also their brethren, the crawlers, have a nasty habit of coming through the undergrowth at you, swiping with their hands on your legs. They break your legs. And then someone else comes up behind you and stuns you. And then you die. So definitely in that order. Dogs, twitchers and crawlers. And they all share one thing in common. They're all an absolute motherfucking pain in the arse to hit in the head with an arrow. Doesn't matter how good you get at it. They're very erratic in their twitching. We've had 7 deaths. My longest life is still the one at 138 hours. I'm starting to think... I'm not sure whether that's right, though. I'm sure this current life... When did we last die? I can't remember. It's a fucking long time ago, though. I mean, the one thing for Alpha 15 that I'm very excited about, because... you know, there's not a huge variety of zombies, which is a shame. But because of the new implementation of the UMA system, it does mean that they can now, without blowing up textures and all that to insane levels, they'll be able to add new zombie types, not only very easily their end, so that, in other words, they can bang up a new zombie, you know, well, if you listen to what Joel was saying, in a matter of sort of half an hour to an hour very easily, and have some nice level of detail on it as well. But also it doesn't take up, you know, it doesn't overload the game with additional textures. So we've already seen some quite interesting things. You know, they're adding additional cheerleaders to the game. As in, I suppose, proper cheerleaders. Football players. We've got some miners, which are going to be in the caverns and things. So I think that sense of variety on zombie type is going to be really important for the game. Yeah, and especially early on when you don't know what they're about, you know. A big part of learning this game in terms of the headshots is getting to know the twitchiness. There's a certain head bob. All the zombies have a particular pattern, a weave to them, which makes it so that you can actually start learning that to maximise the chances of getting the headshot. And that's why I think the dogs and the twitchers are the worst, because the dogs are completely unpredictable to the point where I just think they are a little bit broken, to be honest. And the twitchers, oh man, just one change in terrain, just one little glitch in the terrain, and they just completely shamble about. They're an absolute nightmare, they really are. I don't really want those. All that. All that. Yeah, I mean, ferals are a pain in the backside. You know, I would never argue that as ferals are a pain in the backside. But once, you know, in the daytime, if you've got a sniper rifle... There's a crawler. See, there's a nice pattern to his movements. He's not too bad. But when he's an upright twitcher, he really is a pain in the bum. Yeah, ferals... I mean, I tend to use the hunting rifle to kill the ferals, because I don't like to carry one of everything with me. And I kind of like the hunting rifle just for a bit of RP sort of roleplay with the, you know, doing the hunting kind of thing.
Hello?
Thanks, Damon. Thanks, Candemir. Thanks, our Gods of War. Cheers, guys. I think you might be right, Fortune. I think you might be right. Right, bye-bye, man. Yeah, I mean, Greystrom, I mean, yeah. I mean, my main city is known as Caliper City because of that very reason. It was the amount of time it took us to get the calipers. It was in some ways shocking, but I have to say, it was a defining adventure in the game, wasn't it? You know, I'll never forget the search for the calipers, and we did get there.
Hello?
To be honest, I'm only after the brass, so I don't really care about anything else in here. Right, Bubbly Corn, hello Beta Flux, and hello Mon the Arsenal. Thank you all for the follows. And Zexion as well.
Hello?
Are you playing this on Xbox One? No, this is PC, mate. Oh, that's actually not a bad wrench at all. But now.
Hello?
You're right, Dan. How you doing? Thank you. Right, Sykes.
Hello?
So at the moment, we're just on our way back to the desert outpost, and I'm just trying to gather some brass so that we can sort of replenish our 7.62 ammo. Is Rust like this game? Oops, sorry.
Hello?
Sorry. Core blimey, Governor. I've not played Rust for a long time, mate, so I'm probably the last person to answer that question accurately. I played Rust when it sort of first came out and had a wonderful time with it until I've always said the one thing that kind of niggled me about Rust was that I went from being this like naked caveman dude who was kind of struggling to do anything for many hours.
Hello?
And then it was as if a switch gets flicked, and all of a sudden I was this, you know, fully kitted out military SWAT assault trooper with automatic weapons. I don't know. It was like the transition it happened too quickly, or I don't know. It just didn't work for me. And of course, the fact that the base system just essentially created sort of stilts, cubes, doors. It just, I don't know, it drove me mad, mate. I actually went from loving the game to thinking I can never ever play this game ever again as long as I live. But I know a lot's changed, so, you know, it'd be really unfair of me to criticise Rust in its current state of development, because I know a lot has happened. But back when I played it, like I said, I mean, I remember coming off Rust the first day thinking, oh my god, I've just found the most amazing game. I literally could not wait to get back on it, and we set a server up, and I was having a whale of a time. And then it just suddenly dawned on me that actually this is no longer a survival game. This is now me starting to get a bit of an itchy trigger finger, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it all happened too quick. I mean, games, you know, not all games can last forever, can they? But I'm sure it's a very different game there. Yeah, I only wanted the brass, to be honest, Greystrom. I'm not interested in all the other crap. Probably a bit of a waste, but I don't normally do that. Well, I don't normally do that knowingly, I should probably point out, before someone else does. Right, so we've got... Wow. It's not a lot, is it? So let's... What have we got in here? Let's get this brass melted down. Let's get that in there. So we've already got 150. Oof. Got some interesting stuff, haven't we? Not so sure. I'm really not bothered about the leather, because I've got that many bloody animal hides. That can all go into our normal section. That can all... We're going to use that for the repairs in a minute. That's going to go in there. Got a little bit more iron. Throw that in here.
Hello?
Got the arrowheads. I'm gonna put, can I put feathers in there? Oh, you can. That's nice. Alright, let's go. Thank you for the follow, Goon. And Mika. Very much appreciated. I do apologise if I'm missing people following. I'm so sorry. I'm actually trying to figure out my next game plan here, to be honest. Throw some more gas in. Yeah, alright, I'm quite happy with that. That's not looking too bad. What I could sort of do with is like an extra chest. Where could I put that? That was going to be for skinning the fish on, wasn't it? But let me make another chest that's specifically for weapons, or at least weapon crafting, because it's going to get busy otherwise. So gunpowder... well, I suppose lead. Is that only used for weapons? It is really, isn't it? Then we'll take out feathers and the arrows. One of the big things, one of the big tips I will give to anyone that is playing the game is you'll notice we do spend quite a lot of time in the inventory. It seems like a lot, but you'll be amazed at how much time it actually saves you in the long run. I know it sometimes seems like a lot of time, but at least we know where everything is. That there are so many useful items, especially because we're playing a modded game, which means there's not a single thing currently that you can pick up, play with, gather, mine, etc. that isn't of use to me. Everything from literally our own shit is of absolute paramount importance to me. It really is, you know. I can make the biogas with it, or at least the natural gas. And the inventory management, I suppose it's like any survival game, isn't it? It is such an integral part of it. Oh, shit. Test something there as well. That was kind of acting a bit strange, wasn't it? Ding dang do. Right, oil is super important. Where's all the other oil gone? Because I find it very hard to believe that is all we've got. That can't be right. I think what we'll do is we'll have our horde ready stuff down here. So that's going to be the chainsaw. Tool and die kit we're going to put back in the... We want the calipers, don't we? Got some razor wire which we're going to want for our repairs. Might even take the mobile spotlight, actually. We should have Starting to get the bits for a spare bike, aren't we? That's going to be nice to know. Poop does hit the fan. Is that down there? So hang on. It's definitely, I'm sure there's oil in this one. This was for repair kits. Auger there as well. That's looking good. Alright, Blood Furry, thank you very much. Yeah, that's looking pretty tasty. Oh, and fish hooks. Yeah, you're right, fish hooks. So, ball and die set, just because, I mean, I can't see me ever using it, but at least now we can make ammo. Whoa, what the fuck? There's already a set in there. No way. Oh, of course there is, because we've been making steel arrowheads. Holy shit. That was a bit of a dupes moment, wasn't it? Alright, well, fair enough. So, let's take these. We're going to need a shitload of wood. We're going to want spikes. I should have made these before we left. Wood log spikes now. 69. Doesn't sound like a lot, does it? The beauty of it is, I think Mojo cleared this whole area out for us. He stole all our dead zombies. Oh, hang on. Let me go and get the concrete. What's the point of secure storage? Stop other people nicking all your stuff, mate. Although we're running on a passworded and whitelisted server, you still never know, mate. You never know. My mini bike went for a bit of a wonder earlier, didn't it? Strange that. I don't know how that happened. Do the zombies go for chests? No, they don't. They go for doors. You can actually cheat the game a little bit by, say for example, if we were to build like some little areas here and stick a door on them, it doesn't have to be anything pretty, but the zombies will automatically go for them. The AI seems to be sort of programmed to head towards doorways before anything else. Why not go there? Oh, it's a bird's nest. Sorry, dude. So this is the damage from the horde. This was a tier 3 horde that we survived recently. And this is why we wanted the nail gun. To give you an idea, if I'm doing it with the hammer. You see the difference? So this is me doing it how everybody without a nail gun has to do it. This is me doing it with a nail gun. As you can see, a massive difference. Massive difference. Well, one of the biggest balancing issues you've got in this game is after your hordes and after an attack is how long does it take you to fix your base? Because if it's taking you 6 days to fix your base, then you've only got the same base plus 1 day to do something else new to it before the next horde hits. And of course, the next horde's always a bigger, nastier horde, in theory, until your full cycle. So I've always had a rule of thumb is that every time I have a horde, not only do I fix the base, but I also try and put an extra layer of defences on. Doesn't always work out, but that's the way we try and do it. You're right, Damon. Yeah, they're modded in, mate. To be honest, that would be easier to do it on the other side, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's just get these as spikes then. You can do that at night in there. Can't do the external concrete though. I think this side was pretty much intact, to be fair. Looks good, looks good. So let's put our razor wire in. Still think the razor wire was one of the key differences on this side. I think that stuff, it didn't last long. But it slows them down so much. Oh, yes, Stripe. Thank you, mate. We did, yeah. We'll take that to the church later. Yeah, nice one, buddy. Thank you, mate. We had a little bit of activity over here, but it wouldn't have been as part of the board, would it? See, now in theory, I could actually turn the pneumatic spikes back on. Because we're not going to have a horde for quite a few days, are we? Oh, shit, I'm hungry. Let's go and get food quick. Oh, hey up. See, all the damage to these blocks is done as the splashback from the exploding crossbow bolts. So I think that's absolutely brilliant. Oh, is the cactus gone? Oh, mate, they did, yeah. Yeah. She didn't last the first horde, did she? It's a shame you can't plant the cacti, actually. We'll honour the cacti with a slow rebuild of a spike. Yeah, we had a glorious cacti like that, didn't we? A cactus, sorry. It's amazing how much more visibility we've got now, actually. Alright, so... what was I going to do? I don't need any more iron. That's all shit. Hang on. Throw the iron away. We'll keep the concrete on us because we're going to go and do the internal repairs. And I'll keep the calipers on us for the time being. Don't think we need any of the razor wire. Don't need the nail gun. What am I going to do with the nail gun? Back in the main compound, I reckon. Keep it nice and safe. Oh, shit. Keep getting that wrong. Spikes in there. So with a nail gun over here, you see, it's so quick to repair the walls. You know, if in a tier 4, maybe tier 5, we will actually have to do some active repairs during the horde itself. But that's not a problem. With a nail gun, you can probably stay on top of it. Cheers, downers. Little downer. Oh my god, I just threw a nail gun on the floor. Oh, Jesus. You just might look, I'd be the person that threw the nail gun down onto the floor and it sinks through the concrete. Let's get this patched up. What's that? What other games do I play? Well, at the moment, not a lot, mate. I must admit, though, I was reading and watched a little bit of footage for No Man's Sky yesterday. There's quite a high likelihood I might take a couple of days out and do some pretty long streams of that. I think there's a lot of uncertainty around that game. It's kind of caught my interest, mate. So that's probably going to be the next one we'll have a little look at. But we are going to do a late night, well, let's say late night, an evening stream of Layers of Fear soon as well. I need to get my poor racking cough sorted first, mate. Otherwise, I can imagine it will probably make it 10 times worse. Not looking too bad, actually, to be fair. Could have been a lot worse. Sort of slightly underestimated just how sturdy these pillars are. Because they essentially are the same as a full square concrete block, aren't they? I mean, that's it. The whole base just completely repaired in a matter of, what? How long did that take? About 15 minutes? That's including a bit of to-in and fro into the chests and what have you. Now we've got the nail gun over here. It'd be so nice to have a second nail gun. It really would. I mean, it'd be so easy to craft in a recipe for a nail gun, but that'd be the ultimate cheat. It really would. These things are like so rare. God forbid anything ever happens to it. So on the next horde, we're going to try this, aren't we? We actually try chopping up the ferals through here. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very loud. Very, very loud, but I reckon I don't know. I'm quite excited. I'm not sure if I've ever actually killed a zombie with a chainsaw. So, to do it the first time during a big horde could be quite a lot of fun. We are actually about to die. I still didn't go and get food, did I, after all that? It's actually a good point, Stripe. I should have left some concrete in there. That's a really good idea, mate. Do that after I've eaten. Do you only play 7 Days to Die? I think I just answered that, mate. First aid kit in there. Food. See, I came all the way over. I've already forgotten what we came for. It's a magical nail gun. It's amazing what it can do. Yeah, I've had a couple of looks at it, Kippy. I did have a couple of looks. Don't know, mate. I can see what you were saying about the sort of similarities and also the differences between that and Space Engineers. I don't know. I'm just there's something about Empyrean that just felt a little bit off, mate. I have no doubt at some point we'll probably give it a bit of a tickle. It's the sort of game we like to play, isn't it? And I am very excited for Mafia 3, yes. Very excited. Looks like a very good game. I like all the Mafia games. I like these sorts of games the most, though. You know, where it's, you know, it's like I said earlier, it's what you put into it, really, isn't it? It's nice. You know, today's been great because we've been able to, like, we've not been visiting people like every single session. It's like everyone's had like a really good run at getting their bases up and sort of functional. So we've seen some like really cool stuff today. Sort of, you know, had a bit of a wander around with Tony's trading post and everything yesterday, and then sort of Mojo and Bomber today. Folks, I am going to call it a stream there. I think we've only been on... How long have we been on? We've only been on for about 4 hours, haven't we? But I'm going to go and get a shower and get something to eat. I'm not... I'd love to say we'd definitely be back later, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to say that we're not, just to... well, yeah. If we do come back later, I'll tweet it out, all right? But if we do come back later, it won't be to play 7 Days to Die, it will be to play Layers of Fear. Friday Fright Night, as we call it. I really wish I could be honest with you. It just depends on how I feel later, because honestly, my throat just feels like it's like razor wired up to hell at the moment. And I do apologise for all the coughing throughout the stream. So if I don't see you later, I'll definitely see you tomorrow. We'll definitely be back on streaming 7 Days to Die in the daytime tomorrow. Big thank you to Simpson Fortune, as always, for moderating. Thank you very much, ladies, and to Sky for all the channel's artwork. And a big thank you to Sinman as well for an epic donation today. That was absolutely outstanding, mate. I really appreciate that. And, of course, to all of you that have been watching throughout and participating in chat, please come and join us on Discord, !Discord in chat, if you want to get a link to it. It's always nice to have a chat with you outside of the stream over there. I'll be honest, we were going to do some raffles and stuff and spins today, and we've not done a single one. I'm so sorry. My head's all over the place. It really is at the moment. But we'll get back on track a little bit tomorrow. It was that or no stream at all. So at least we've got 4 hours in, and obviously I've really enjoyed it. So thank you all for keeping me company. If I don't catch you later, have an absolutely fantastic Friday night and stay safe. Thank you for watching.